Hello, my name is Rav Schneider. I was talking about the Nachman's Tikkun Neshama. That the Rav Schneider needs the Nachman's Tikkun Neshama, and all the Rosh Yeshivas need the Nachman's Tikkun Neshama, and all the Rebbes need the Nachman's Tikkun Neshama. I want to talk about Rav Shmuel Levitz. There's a biography about him. He was the son-in-law of Rabbi Levine, and he was a tremendous Gaon and tremendous tzaddik. He wrote a sefer on Masechus Pesachim called Me'il Shmuel. I don't think I've ever seen this sefer. They say it's a very, very excellent sefer. Now, many of those friends in Yeshivas and Chaim at a certain point became breslovs. The Binyamin Zev Cheshem, Rav Shmuel Shapira, Rav Nachman Shimon, Frank, his brother. I don't know all the names. I don't know exactly how many there were. They say that Rabbi Zalman Mebsa, the Rosh Yeshiva of its Chaim, sat Shiva on them. Now, Rav Shmuel Levitz, his friends were becoming breslovs. He went to some tzaddik and asked him, "Can he become a breslov?" And the tzaddik said no. So he did not become a breslov. If he would have become a breslov, most likely he wouldn't have been able to write the sefer on Me'il Shmuel. We don't see that those B'tzif Shabachim who converted to breslov, we don't see that they're succeeding so much in writing Sfarim. So that's the story. You have a CEO the court almost become a breslov. You have a small Levitz almost become a breslov. I don't know how many there were. So, okay. It's not a simple story. I'll tell you about myself. I'm leaving out many, many important details. It's private, it's hard to talk about. My father, Rav Schneider, was the next to Ibu. He was married to a B'dash. He gave Shmicha together with Dr. Hyman. So he was very quiet. He didn't tell stories about. I know almost nothing. My brother Shmuley worked with my father in his book bindery and knew 10 times, 100 times as much as I, but he didn't want to reveal. I want to reveal. Some people, I don't know the psychological reasons, some people want to hide everything. Okay, so the Meister world, this is the family. We drank Goyish milk. I remember once my mother figured, she sent me to the supermarket to get milk. I go into the supermarket, the person says, "We're out of regular milk. We only have Holvishville, Golden Flow." So I said, "We don't drink Holvishville. We don't drink Golden Flow. Because they mixed it with a lot of water." When I came there to sell the first batch of Rabbi Elephant's Yeshiva, ITRI, acronym Israel Torah Research Institute. So we went back to Fafa at the end of Yerushalayim towards Kibbutz Rachel. And I started getting interested in Chassidus. I was going to the Tish of the Shem Yemunim Rebbe, liked him very much. He was a beautiful person. But he was a firm stuck. A firm stuck was a regular balabas. When he came to Israel, they told him to go to breslov. He didn't have any chocolate to breslov. They told him to go to breslov, they were in the Kavyu. And so it was that Mr. Gelbach, who was married to one of the Rebbe's great-granddaughters, was in the car with him. He sat on the same bench with Rabbi Inspector. It's a Gelbach of a farm stock, and the inspector was facing Rabbi Yisrael Bender, who was sitting right next to the young Kodesh. Eventually, the farm stock, he took me to the best of the yeshiva in Bnei Brak. I wanted to go talk to the Shami Amun and Rebbe. He said, no, come with me. So the course, he took me to Bnei Brak. I was in the yeshiva. I don't know, after a while, I'm thinking, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to become a pastor. So the Nachman says that you should swear on the sacred Torah or on Tefillin that you're going to come to him after you die, so that the angels will not be able to confuse you with Adam Atahu. So one Mitzvah Shabbos, I take my Tefillin, I swear. I don't understand, how can you swear what you're going to do after you die? But I swore my Tefillin that I'm going to come to the Nachman after I die. And so I became a breastlover. Meanwhile, a batch of boys were hitting the beach in Etzisel. If you're there from California, David Palm from South Africa, you took a cubby from Australia. And if you may want to Chabad, but they couldn't help him. At a certain point, you said, you have to set up in Chabad for Baba Tuba. But the Rebbe hadn't spoken yet, so they had no way of dealing with this real man. And what happened was that the Arabs had destroyed all the shuls in the old city after the 1948 war, except for the Tanakh Tzedek shul, which remained intact. Moshe Segal was the first one who re-entered the old city to live in the old city, and his son-in-law, Mr. Ginsberg, was giving shiurim. So these Bari Tshuva in the morning were by Mr. Ginsberg. In the afternoon, I taught them. In those days, there weren't many people who spoke English who could teach. And that's the story. This went on for a couple of years. Eventually, we ended up in the Papa Shul and the Chov Chagai. And we had a whole table full of people listening to Rav Schneider teach Nikutim Oram. I never looked at the clock. We didn't work with the clock. We learned as much as we could every day for a couple of hours. Okay, I can think right now what else to tell you. Eventually, these boys, each one has his fate. The only one remaining alive and still in Breslov is Yoshua Meir. Hashem Yazol, Halabai, that we should really believe that we need Rebbe's Tikkun, and we should know what Rebbe's Tikkun is. It's a separate Tikkun for each person, besides the 8 says of the Tzaddik you mentioned in Sefer the Kutzbaran, in Zion, right, that the Yeshayahu is talking about Azor Tzedek and Azor Emunah with the Mashiach. And as it says, tzedek is without emes. Only with emes is the Emunah. And Rabbi Nachman in Siman Pei Zayin in the first chelik says, tzedek is Yisur Einish, Emunah is Yisur Einimus. And the Rebbe in Siman Zayin says you can come to emes only for the tzadikim and mitzim following the eitzes. We should take this seriously. And each one of us should be zeichet to the Rebbe's Fikum. Shalom Bracha, Kol Tov.